Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be showing you some footage we took at a Cyclekart event in Willcox, Arizona from this past October 2020. It took a little while to put this together. I've been kind of busy with other projects, so sorry for the delay in getting this out there to you. I think it's kind of a cool video. We've got some drone footage, we've got some GoPro footage, or actually not really GoPro, it's action camera footage. And I think it turned out pretty good. So there's some fun stuff going on down there. I'll narrate a little bit of it as we go along, but so we're doing the 24-hour race, which is called the USA 24 Hours and the AZ 200. The AZ 200 was scheduled, I think it was in April of last 2020, but we got canceled because of COVID, so we redid it and we ran it concurrently with the 24-hour race. So the first 200 minutes of the 24-hour race, we're doing basically two events at the same time. So the Arizona 200, and we've got winners and or the leaderboard for that at the very end, and then the concurrently run with the 24 hours. And also at the very end of the video, we've got a little screenshot, I guess it is, of all the people that participated and the running order, the laps that they did, that sort of stuff. So hey, thanks for tuning in, and I think this is gonna be kind of a fun video. Okay, so here we are at the Pillsbury Winery in Willcox, Arizona. Here's the lineup of the cars kind of before the event starts. We've got them all kind of lined up here in the front of the winery. And I think we had 15 carts came down. I think one cart came in a little later. And so the carts all look really nice and clean right now as we prepare for the event. Very quickly, they're going to get pretty dirty and dusty. This dirt road environment is, well, of course it's a dirt road, so you're going to get dusty, dirty. So some guys took some precautions with their air cleaner elements, and some guys were wearing face masks. We were doing some of that anyway because of the COVID-19, but just to keep the dirt out of your mouth and lungs, especially if you're behind someone on this track, it can get pretty dirty. So the cars all look great, nice and clean right now. Everybody came out well prepared for the event. You can see in the background the drivers are doing a little brief meeting about safety and what we're going to be doing and what to expect as we get ready to head out on the track. And boy, this is just a beautiful day in October in Arizona 2020. And here we are with our Le Mans start. This is kind of a fun way to start the event. Everybody had the motors running, and we kind of stood up and staged across the way. And I don't know who yelled start, but somebody yelled go, and we all ran and got in our cars and took off. This is not really a full-on race. This race is more of an endurance event, so get out there and put down as many laps as you can. It's not really about being in front at the end of it, because it's not really set up that way. We're just keeping track of how many laps people did. And it was kind of a fun way to do it because it kept the competition friendly. People weren't wheel-to-wheel racing. You can certainly do that, like I'm coming up on Dennis here. It was an opportunity to really go out and have a great time on a fun track. There's lots of corners, lots of different types of road. You can see we went through a really soft spot there. There's some like talcum powder, almost dirt, where you kind of have to go slow because your tires don't really turn well in it. And then some smooth spots here and there, and some rough spots here and there. So it was really a nice mix, and it put the cars through quite a bit of challenge, especially some of the bigger bumps. If you didn't avoid them, you might damage your car, or some guys broke spindles. So there was some attrition through damage, but a lot of guys worked through the night and kept their cars running for the next day. So we got some nice drone footage here and there of the event, and we're kind of piecing that together in this this segment. We piece this together in a way that shows you the entire track kind of all in one shot. So it's not an actual real track shot. In other words, it's not all shot at one time. This is shot kind of throughout the day, and we piece this together, trying to keep all the corners cohesive and kind of make it look a little more fun. Like you see, if I get behind Dennis, I eat a lot of dirt, so I'm trying to stay out from directly behind him, because your motor wants to stay clean, and also you want to try to breathe. So again, there's a really dusty corner there. It's really soft talcum, and you got a couple nice straightaways where you can really pick up some speed. And you can see there's probably someone in front of Dennis. There's a bunch of dust in front of him, or there was someone in front of him. It just kind of hangs in the air for a bit if the wind's not blowing enough. And I'm staying behind him far enough that I can see what I'm doing. I'm not right on his tail, because if I was right on his tail, I wouldn't be able to see where I'm going or what I'm doing. And so this is a way to keep it safe and still have a great time. And here in a minute, there's another turn coming up. So we're out in the main orchard now. This track that we developed kind of is in the orchard roads, and then it goes up to the main house area. And so we're making use of as much of this as we can. At one point, I think in the video later, I'll say it's a 2-mile track, but it's really 1.25 miles long. I'm not sure how we thought it was 2 miles, but there was some discussion on that. But we settled on 1.25 miles. I think the GPS has finally somebody got a good GPS reading on it. So that's my son Steven in the background there. You can tell it's a different time of day. The sun is setting. Kind of a cool shot with the sun rays coming through the smoke or the dust. And here Dennis is catching up to my dad in the Duesenberg. And then in front of him, we're going to catch up with Neil. And Neil does a great job with his lean-in special. So Neil Malone, he's out of Chicago. We brought a group of guys with him from the Chicago area. And they just had a fantastic time keeping the car running all weekend. They had some issues with their drive belt. I think the Comet brand drive belts are holding up better than the generic off-brands. And you see here I'm passing everybody. I just decided I was tired of eating dirt. And went a little faster than the other guys were driving, which is okay. Everybody drives their own speed. And you can drive as fast as you want or slow as you want. Still have a good time out here. And here's Neil. He's going to wave me by right here. Neil Malone, a great guy. He came all the way out from Chicago. And he was at Titan a couple years ago and had a great time. So here we are. This is the last straightaway. There's really some big bumps on this road right here. This is just a farm road, so it's not really well maintained. It's good enough for what it is, but there's definitely a smooth line through here. You can carry a lot of speed. You can see this is some video of my sub 3 second lap that I put down for the time trial later on. You see, I kind of purposely did that slide trying to throw a little dirt on Carlos because he's standing in a good spot to get dirt thrown on him. But man, we just had a ton of fun on that track. It was just so much fun. And if you can make it down for 2021, we sure love to have you out there. Here comes Neil, and here comes my dad in the Duesenberg. So we really had a lot of fun. There was 15 karts on the track. And most karts weren't out there all at one time. Everybody it kind of organically worked out to where people came and went. There's Thomas Arndt, and then this is Aaron Freeman from Las Vegas area. Okay, this is Willcox, Arizona, the Pillsbury Winery. We've been out here running since 9 o'clock. It's around noon or 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, something like that. Look at all the dirt on the cars. Lots of dirt. Super, super fun. We've done some time trials right now. The guys are trying to lay down their best time. The first 3 hours or so, or 2.5 hours, we did the Arizona 200, or 200 minutes, I guess it was. And so we got some results for that already. The 24-hour is happening concurrent with that event, and we're doing some time trials, and later we'll do the Corona Challenge out on the main road. And it looks like they're getting set right now to do a time trial. Let me get the camera over here. So Aaron's about to take off. After about 3 minutes. Somebody says it's about 2 miles all the way around. So we're on the property of the Pillsbury Vineyard, the Pillsbury Winery. They make very nice wines here in Willcox, and they are kind enough to invite us out here to race around their vineyard. So here's their sign. They're super nice people. Sam Pillsbury, the owner, super generous to invite us out here. So Pillsbury Wine Company, they run across their wines in Arizona, or maybe there are other places, but for sure they're available in the stores here in Arizona. And they have a store in Cottonwood, a wine tasting room in Cottonwood, Arizona. Check them out. They're really nice folks, and the wine's actually very, very good. Maybe Arizona's not as well known for wines as other places, but Arizona's certainly making a name for themselves for wine. So, and we're making a name for ourselves with cyclekarting. So this is the biggest event that I can know of in the United States in 2020. So we've got 15 karts out here. I think a 16th might have just shown up. We've been running for the last 3.5 hours or so, having an absolute blast. You can see the dirt on the side of the cars here. It's a fairly dusty environment. The motor, we're catching a bit of dirt in here. Guys are having carburetor issues. I built this nifty little metal screen for my car, my air cleaner. Last year it gummed up with dirt really quickly. So far, after 3 hours or so of running, I think I've done 12 or 13 laps. They're saying they're 2 mile laps, so almost 26 miles of running. It's been doing pretty good. And you can see the almost like a fighter plane pattern of dirt splashed on the side of the car. Super fun. All right. So the Pillsbury Vineyard is a lovely place. These are some younger vines out on the main track, or the older vines. Just beautiful, beautiful country down here at Willcox. Being from Phoenix, we don't have a lot of opportunity to come down here. Surrounded by beautiful mountain ranges, and I think this is pretty much the area where a lot of the stuff about the Apache Wars happened, back in the 1800s. So a lot of history here, Native American history, and now it's kind of creating its own history with wineries. So pretty cool place. So I'm just setting up over here on this final turn before the start-finish line, and Stevie will be coming by in just a moment. Okay, here comes Stephen Joseph Vinson in the Mono Wasp, number 75. He's taking his time, picking his way down this long straight. It's really rough in spots, so you really got to find the places that have the least bumps, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. Here he comes now. So this is the main street out in front of the wineries. This is kind of a private road that goes to all the wineries up here. Not really private, it's a public road obviously, but there's really no traffic on it. So we got out there and took advantage of running up and down it a few times. It's several miles long. We were using about a mile of it, I would guess, to shoot these drone footages. Earlier in the day we had a group of about, I think pretty much everybody was out there running the carts that were still running. Quite a few carts did break, as you might imagine. We had carburetor problems. We had chain breakage, or not chain breakage, but guys who had aluminum sprockets, the teeth were getting sheared off. Maybe that's the weakness of aluminum sprockets, maybe slight misalignment. I mean, who really knows what causes these things? But driving your carts on the street is different than driving it on the dirt, and it's a little harder and a lot of bumps. Had a couple broken spindles, and I will say the guys from Utah, they brought some tools with them. They kept their carts on the road, even though they broke some spindles and they broke some parts. Had sprocket issues. They were helping everybody else out as well. Anybody that had mechanical problems. Ken and Adam did a great job keeping everybody's carts running where they, helped out where they could to make sure carts stayed on the road. It was really fun to see the team effort. Nobody was really saying, "Oh, I'm going to win," and I've got to beat you guys. It was more of a community effort and keeping everybody's carts running, and everybody ran as much as they wanted to. I think I put down 18 or 19 laps, and that was plenty for me. If I wanted to do more, I could have. I had as much fun helping other guys keep their carts running and keeping them on the road, and watching the guys from Utah and the guys from Nevada battle it out for the most laps. I think we had over 100 laps. Team Utah, Ken Bunsen, the Land Shark, put over 100 laps on that cart. And, they had to fix it a few times. It wasn't something that came out of the box and went 100 laps without any breakage. They definitely had some problems, but they were able to keep them on the road, fix and repair, keep them going. Neil from out of Chicago had some issues with the belts. He had problems with his generic belt. I think the Comet belts may be a little more dependable, but we had just a fantastic time down there, and super fun. I'd like to thank Sam Pillsbury for inviting us down, and Carlos Carnero for setting it all up and organizing and keeping everybody on track with counting laps. We did get to drive at night, so there's some lights on some of the carts. There's some photos here of the lights we set up, and kind of a neat experience driving your second cart in the dark. That's the first time I've ever done that. Some of the guys were driving till 10 o'clock at night, putting down those laps, and that's Team Utah and the guys from Nevada. So there's the Vincent team at the fire on Saturday night. We had just a blast down there. Well, we're sure looking forward to going back in 2021 in October. We'll announce that date coming up, so keep an eye on all the forums and the Facebook places for that. And yeah, just a super time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. And if you have any questions on CycleKarts, you can always leave me a message, and we'll be happy to answer them. And again, thanks for watching, everybody.